Hi, I'm Niall from Gulfstream Boat Sales. This is a 2016 Merryfisher 795 powered by a Honda 175 horsepower outboard. This boat's about 24.5 foot long, a beam of 9 foot 3 inches. It's rated to carry up to 9 passengers plus gear. You could sleep potentially up to 6 people in it. A really versatile all-round family sports boat. Has a separate toilet and shower compartment. It has a little galley, fridge, bow thruster, anchor windlass, exterior seating, interior seating, sliding glass doors. Just a really practical, clever layout for this part of the world. These Merryfishers have been super popular now for a good number of years. There's a lot of people changing from older style American sports cruisers and things into this type of boat because you've got a hard roof, sliding doors, but still decent performance. You can still pull water toys and things with them, and you can take the whole family out for long day trips on the water and overnight stays. We're going to take a walk around this one now. We're going to show you the condition that it's in, explain the history of this boat, and hopefully help you to figure out whether it might be the right boat for you. So this is a 2016 hull, first launched and commissioned in 2017. It has 245 hours on the clock and it's had only 2 owners from new. We sold it to the current owner in May of 2021, so we've known the boat for the last 4 years. He's had lots of fun with it and is now upgrading to a bigger boat. That's why it's back on the market. We've done a bit of service work to it in that time as well, and it's been a super reliable and easy to own boat for the current owner. Really high spec on this one, with flexi-teak decks throughout. Has the camper canvas covers, it has the Premier pack, which is sliding side windows and an extra windscreen wiper on the front, and a few other bits and pieces, a searchlight in the roof and all that type of stuff. But yeah, we'll go through the full spec in detail as we get through the boat. But beautiful condition, original Merryfisher graphics, got the Jeanneau badges, the 795 model identifier up there. The hull is in beautiful condition. All the original pinstripe graphics are perfect as well. Rub rail is perfect. We've given it a fresh coat of anti-fouling paint around the waterline, and you can see the underlying paint condition is good as well, but that could just do with another coat of paint in underneath the bottom before the boat is launched if you're planning to keep it in the water. One tiny little nick out of this graphic here, but yeah, the rest of them are all perfect. Rub rail's great. The bow rails, stainless steel bow rails, are in good condition. Coming all the way up to the bow, we've got a stainless steel anchor roller, anchor and anchor windlass. The bow itself is in good condition as well. A couple of minor marks here, just obviously from the anchor coming up on the actual aluminium rub rail section, but the hull itself is unmarked. Under the waterline, also in really good condition as well. And there's your bow thruster, which makes berthing the boat a breeze. So yeah, really lovely condition all the way around the exterior. And that synthetic teak deck and the flexi teak is all the way around the boat. So the entire side decks and foredeck, the cockpit, swim platforms, and the cabin inside. We'll take a better look at that when we're up on the boat. Rub rail along the starboard side is in perfect condition, as are the bow rails as well. Big chunky aluminium cleats up there. Gel coat is pristine, as are those graphics on the starboard side. Hull bottom's in great shape. You can see there where we've done the anti-fouling too, but that can be finished off easily before the boat goes in the water for her new owner. These are sling mark graphics. They're a wee bit faded, but just stickers. Portholes are good. Side windows, Jeanneau badges, and all the graphics in great condition. Down along this side as well. A couple of wee minor nicks there. But yeah, the gel coat for a 2016 boat, it's in excellent condition. There is a couple of wee scuffs here, but nothing that's gone through the gel. And then a couple of wee minor scuffs there in this extended swim platform. The boat has the factory extended swim platforms with real teak on them, so there's a slight shade of difference between the real teak and the flexi teak. But the swim platforms are in good condition. You've got a folding 4-step stainless steel boarding ladder with this little handle here, and there's also a handle there, so it's easy to get up in and out of the water if you're swimming off the back of the boat. We've got matching swim platform on the port side as well. Again, a couple of minor blemishes on the platform corners, but nothing significant at all. Synthetic teak here. This is a wet locker, lined and drains overboard. So yeah, below the waterline at the transom then also looks really good. You've got your deck scuppers, so self-bailing decks on this boat. There's another scupper there with the little one-way flaps. They're in good shape. You've got your D-rings, depth sounder, transducer, transom bracket is good. And then the outboard is in good shape as well. It's a Honda 175 horsepower 4-stroke with currently 245 hours on the clock, so it's not big hours. It's swinging a stainless steel 3-blade Honda prop. What size is that? 14.5 by 15-inch pitch. Good for about 30 knots. This boat gets up on the plane really quickly, even with a full load of people on board. And it'll easily cruise around 20, 24 knots, and top speed's about 30. So, but yeah, outboard is in really nice condition. Last serviced by us, I think it was the year before last. Hasn't done very much since then. So let's take a look inside the interior now. The extended swim platforms make it really easy to board the boat from the pontoon from port or starboard side. If you've got the engine trimmed down, you can walk across the front of it as well at the splash wheel, and every single piece of tread surface on the boat is covered with this flexi teak, which is really nice. This is the difference between its real teak here, flexi teak here. It doesn't require any maintenance whatsoever. Just hit it with a power washer to clean it, and it's very durable stuff. The teak, these wee teak panels on the swim platforms do require a wee bit more TLC to keep them looking pristine. You've got hydraulic steering on the outboard. There's a couple of wee scuffs on the top of the cowling, just because whenever you tip the engine up, it can contact the back of the seat here. See that? No, you can. That center section slides forward, so there is room to get the engine completely up out of the water whenever it's your boat's not in use. But you do have to remember to move that seat forward. Not everybody does. So over here we have our fuel filler cap there. We've got a transom shower. That's part of that Premier package. So pull out transom shower. You've got this little transom gate, and then this seat is removable here, so you can step easily into the cockpit. But at the minute we've got all the cockpit seating set up, and we've got the full camper canvas covers in position. They're in really good condition. The original Jeanneau covers, and it's all the original materials and seat cushions and everything in here. So it's Silvertex fabric, so that's that real nice exterior grade fabric, quick drying stuff, very durable, in like a beige and grey color. Complements the teak really well and the beige covers, and then you've got slightly lighter creamy grey interior upholstery and slightly darker teak inside as well. So this is a standard teak with black caulking, and then this is I can't remember the color of this, but it's a slightly darker teak with white pinstripes in the interior. Complements all the black gel coat on the dash, the black countertop at the galley, really nicely in the interior. So this boat has the full wraparound seating out in the cockpit. This table is removable. It can drop down, and you can make this area up into sunbed or potentially another berth. If you have the camper covers up and you want to, you can potentially sleep 6 people in this boat. 2 out here, 2 there with that table drop down, and 2 up in the forward V berth. Now it's going to be cozy, but if you have small kids, you want to get the whole family in, you can do it. It's one of the big appeals of these boats, these Merry Fishers, is the use of spaces is second to none. They really do cram an amazing amount of accommodation into fairly small hulls. So the other thing you can do is remove all of the seat cushions. So just lift them all up, chuck them all in the cabin, and then, you know, if you want to take the covers down, you can leave this whole area sort of stripped back. If you're fishing off the boat, you've got a couple of rod holders there and the gunnels on either side. It's a great bit of space out here to fish from. Whenever you've got these cushions pulled out of the way, you can even unscrew this seat box. See these little black screw turns there, thumb turns? You've got 4 of those. I think you can just screw that box out completely and it gives you more deck space. And the teak, the flex teak, is continued underneath the boxes. So even if you want to use the boat, they keep it stripped out for fishing, you'll still have a nice teak to look at. It won't look like it's unfinished. So storage in there, teak steps up onto the side decks on both port and starboard side, and there's another, that whole rear bench seat, all those seat cushions are removable as well. Conditions all really good. This seat, as I said, slides forward and back. This your bimini boot if you want to fold the covers up. That roof section folds into that, and then you have another removable panel here. The entire boat is self-bailing. Cockpit has 2 big drains in the corners in either side. Deck drain there and a deck drain there. You've got a manual bilge pump down here. You've got your builder's plate there. You've got your shore power connection point. This boat has a 240 volt shore power and an onboard battery charger. You have your gas bottle in here for your stove, your camping gas, or not camping gas, a proper gas stove, single ring hob in there. And then you can get access out onto the foredeck via these side decks. There's your water fill point there. So let's pull this zip back a little bit and we'll head out onto the side decks. So your Jeanneau badges, 795 badge there. These handrails along the roof, sliding roof hatch there, VHF antenna, anchor light, TV antenna, remote searchlight. This side deck is wider than the port side one and slightly offset wheelhouse. So you get a nice wide side deck on this starboard side to walk up. You got a waste pump out point here, but you also can discharge your waste tank directly to the sea. And as you can see, it's all molded, Flexi-Teak decks as well, all the way up here. So really easy to get up onto the foredeck. This is all molded non-skid as well. If you have to walk across there, you got an open deck hatch into the forward cabin. We have our huge big anchor locker with Lumar electric anchor windlass. The controller for it is there. Plenty of road anchor and line on there. And there's enough room in there to fire in a couple of fenders and dock lines. And a really good, convenient anchoring setup. Windscreen is cleared with these 2 wipers on either side. You get your searchlight there. Everything's in really nice condition up here as well. And then you can see this side deck is slightly narrower, but still wide enough to walk down. So the other one sort of the width of 2 feet. This is kind of 1 foot in front of the other. But yeah, you get your sliding side windows on port and starboard side as well. And those covers are in really good shape. The first owner of this boat, who launched it in 2017, used it exclusively on the Shannon system in Ireland, so it was fresh water up until the current owner bought the boat in 2021. So it's only had 21, 22, 23, 24, 4 seasons of saltwater use in the sea. Now, because it's an outboard boat and self-bailing and everything, these boats are designed for the sea, so it's not really a big deal. You can trim the engines completely up. It's easy to flush the outboards after use as well. So it's not like an inboard powered boat where the salt water, you know, in around the engine bay and the bilges and stuff kind of does a lot of damage over time. These boats are designed for the sea, but this one's only actually spent 4 seasons on the sea. Prior to that, it was only ever in fresh water. So that's one of the contributing factors, the fact all the, like the aluminium door frames and everything, all the stainless steel work, everything behind the scenes is in really nice condition because it was a freshwater boat for the first sort of 5 years of its life. You have this fiberglass overhang that comes out beyond the sliding glass doors, so it gives you a bit of protection from the elements even if you don't have the covers on. And it also has this little LED light integrated into it. And then you have a triple section sliding glass door, aluminium frames, which opens up nice and wide to give you great access into the saloon. Nice wide walkway here as well, significantly wider than what you'll find on a Mary Fisher 695, so the 795 is a big upgrade. That's mainly given because it's a lot wider. It's 9 foot 3 inches beam. Layout is fairly typical. You've got your dinette on the port side with opposite facing benches. You'll get 4 people around that table pretty easily. This forward seat also folds back like that, simple as that. So it turns into a forward facing double seat for your passengers with a stainless steel handrail in front of it, and it lifts up the seat as well, so you're sitting at a nice height to see forward whenever the boat's underway. The helm station, which we'll take a look at in a bit more detail now in a minute, and then you get your galley with the black countertop, single ring gas stove. You've got your sink as well. It's cold water only on this boat, but pressurized cold water at your sink here in your heads compartment and at your transom shower. You can flip this seat forward to give you extra countertop space if you are preparing food, and you've stacks of storage out underneath there. It goes quite far in, so you can store stuff in there, and you've also got storage underneath the counter in that big cupboard there. Your battery isolator switches are here just as you come in the door, so they're easy to get to, and your circuit breaker for your anchor windlass there as well. A couple of stainless steel cup holders. Boat has all the curtains, full curtains packed for enclosing it at night time if you're sleeping on board. We have Fusion stereo speakers and a head unit on the dash there. The fridge lives underneath this passenger side seat. It's running there at the minute, so 12-volt fridge with a little ice tray. Underneath here you've got access to your fresh water tank and fresh water pump, and then underneath this section, I think it's storage. Yeah, mainly storage. That's your discharge valve for your holding tank if you want to discharge it at sea. That's your battery charger and your mains power breakers, and then that's the bottle for your screen wash. So a bit of storage down in there, all in really good condition, and more storage in underneath here as well. It's quite a big storage bin there, goes right underneath the table area, so plenty of room for firing bits and bobs out of the way. I think we've more storage over here. Put that down. So yeah, in here is another storage bin, nice lined one there, and you've storage in the wee tray section along the side there as well. You have a 240-volt UK socket. Whenever you're plugged into shore power, you can get 240-volt power at that socket as well. So it's a really nice, comfortable boat to spend time on. If you're out just cruising around, you know, with it on a day trip, you'll easily sit 3 or 4 people around this table. Everybody's sitting at the same level as the helmsman, so you can sit and have a conversation, close the doors, and it's super quiet in here. You get great visibility all the way around. You obviously can seat another half a dozen people outside as well, and there's a decent amount of room for moving around the boat. The helm station itself is really well appointed. So we got this Jeanneau helm seat with a flip-up bolster. There's this footrest. Now this is an aftermarket footrest arrangement, but it's pretty good. So this is like a removable sort of step, but it matches in nicely with everything else. And then they've extended this little factory step here as well, so you can either stand or sit at the helm. You've got great visibility forward whenever you're sitting here. Sliding side windows on both starboard and port side, so you can talk to your crew out the window if people are out managing lines and fenders. The black dash is really nice. It means you've got no glare on the screen, and it also just looks really smart. The Jeanneau steering wheel, it's a really nice item. And then you've got everything you could need on a boat of this size. So throttle and shift lever is here. You've got your Honda status monitor panel here. You've got your bow thruster controls. How does this one turn on? I think it's one of these bows. Maybe not. Maybe it's a. That's it. It's a push the button in for a while. So bow thruster. You've got your Honda engine instrument currently showing 245.9 hours on the clock. It's your tacho, fuel gauge, and trim gauge. We have a Lowrance HDS 7 chart plotter and fish finder. We've got a Lowrance Link 5 VHF radio. It's DSC, digital selective calling VHF radio. We've got a Sony Bluetooth stereo here as well. AM FM tuner on it too.
The family of an 80-year-old man killed by a teenager while his family was...
So that's your stereo. We've got a 12-volt power socket here if you want to charge a phone or something. There's your Lowrance chart plotter, all in full working order. Navigation lights, port side windscreen wiper, starboard side windscreen wiper, bilge pump. There's an auto function in that as well. Fresh water pump, windscreen washer. I won't hit that at the minute just because it's going to make a mess of the screen. And that's it. So hydraulic steering, controls on this are really nice. It's 2016 with only 250 hours on it. Starts on the button, fuel injected 4-stroke engine. It's good, economical, and as I said, gives this boat a good turn of speed. We will try to get a sea trial video done on this one. If we can, certainly before it leaves us, we'll do a sea trial for the prospective buyer. But if we get a chance, we'll put it in the water and do a sea trial, virtual sea trial video on it as well, just to show you how it performs. But gets up on the plane. I've known this boat. This boat's been kept in our local marina since we sold it to the current owner in 2021. So I've seen it on the water lots. Been out in it a couple of times. It gets up on plane quickly, cruises very economically, about 20 odd knots, and flat out it'll get up to 30 knots, no problem. So that's just telling you that it has an MMSI number and set up. So yeah, everything on the dash is really nice. It's got everything you need in a boat of this size for coastal navigating, and it's all in really good condition. Oh, one last thing is the remote control searchlight. So it's up there. So if you see, I hope you can see that moving about up there. So that's nice as well if you're coming into harbour after dark, just to illuminate your way in. This opening roof section is easy to use. It just slides open, and if you're out on a really nice day, you want the air flowing through the boat, just open the roof, open the 2 side windows, and open the door, and you get a good flow of air through the boat in nice weather. In front of the helm is the all-important heads compartment. So a boat like this, if you're going to be overnighting on it, you definitely want an onboard toilet. So you've got a pump out sea toilet. You've got the flexi decking extended in here as well. You've got an open and porthole for a bit of ventilation, natural light. You've got curtain to screen that off. Overhead LED light. Pressurized water at the sink and tap. And a bit of storage in there. You can access your toilet valves and stuff. So decent size heads compartment. This empties into a holding tank, and then you can discharge that at sea or have it pumped out at a pump out station. But yeah, decent little toilet compartment to extend your trips on the water. And then this forward V-berth area is another double bed. So you've got an overhead light, you've got storage up the sides. There's all your cushions and curtains stored in here. So curtains up here, filler cushions, filler pieces for the exterior and the interior table areas to make them up into beds. There's a little filler piece goes in here, as far as I remember, to make this up into a sort of double where you lie diagonally. You've got a bit of storage down in there. You've got more there. Yeah, there's your little filler piece there and the cushion. So that slots in here to make this up into a bed. And then that storage shelf. And there's a DVD player in this that's connected up to the aerial on the roof. So apparently there's a good signal off this. Great for kids. And you can swing it around like that so it's facing the table area as well. So you're sitting having a bite to eat, you can have the TV on, and it folds over out of the way when it's not in use. You've got this opening deck hatch for a bit of added light and ventilation, and it's a bit of an escape hatch as well if needed. So in this forward area is all in lovely condition as well. Really nice boat. very practical. You know, it's all solid surfaces and things, easy to wipe down. You know, the floors are solid. All the headlining is all wiped clean, gel coat. And the only thing you need to worry about keeping clean is your fabric cushions. And these are all the original cushions, and they are all in very good condition. Excellent condition for a 2016 boat. I'll just show you the laserette area before we leave as well. So remove the cockpit table to lift this hatch. It lifts on a couple of gas struts that holds it open. And it's just service access to your fuel tank, and underneath here, your fuel tank, fuel senders and stuff. So it's a big plastic fuel tank, which is good. You don't have to worry about corrosion. You've got your batteries in there, and then just storage in front of the fuel tank, so you can fire in fenders and things. More storage down in here as well, so fenders, lines and bits and pieces like that. And again, it's all clips and catches and hinges and struts are all in great condition. Please check out the photo gallery of the boat on our website, gulfstreamboatsales.com, to see what it looks like with all the cushions removed, with the filler cushions in place, with the bed set up here and the bed set up there, with the covers down. We've got photographs of all the various configurations on the gallery. It's at the bottom of the page, the Mary Fisher 795 page on our website at gulfstreamboatsales.com. These boats are towable on the road, just about. I think the weight of the boat's 2,100, 2,200 kilos, plus the trailer. That trailer would weigh probably 600 or 700 kilos, so you're talking maybe 3 tons all up weight. This trailer is potentially available, but the owners would like to sell that separately. He would be quite happy to keep it, but if you do need a trailer, we can potentially talk to you about this one. It's a full roller coaster trailer. It's a UK spec one, twin axle. But yeah, if you do want to tow the boat, get it home over the winter and get it stored indoors, this boat is of a size that you can do that. It's about the biggest Mary Fisher that you can actually put on the trailer. Any of the bigger ones are too big to tow on the road. But yeah, if you don't want the trailer, it's not a problem. The boat's been advertised without the trailer anyway, but if you do need it, talk to us about it. This boat was sold originally by Morgan Marine in Essex, Jeanneau dealer. So they were the original supply and dealer in the UK. However, it was sold to an Irish buyer, so the boat's been on the island of Ireland from new since 2016. That means that it's an EU boat from a sort of tax perspective. So it has freedom of movement throughout the island of Ireland or Europe. So if you're looking at buying this boat from the Republic, there's absolutely no taxes or duties to pay. You can also buy it in Northern Ireland, not a problem, and you can buy it in the UK as well, because it does have a UK VAT invoice. So yeah, so you don't need to worry about any taxes or duties if you are thinking about this boat. Yeah, we can also arrange delivery throughout the island of Ireland or back over to the UK really easily. We can get it on your home berth without a problem. So there you go, that's our 2016 Mary Fisher 795 with the 175 horsepower Honda, 245 hours on the clock. Great spec on this one. I know there are quite a few of them on the market at the moment, but if you're looking for a really good one with a good solid history, has been well cared for with a great spec, then this one is really well worth a look. There's not many that have a better spec on it than this. It has the bow thruster, it has the camper covers, has that comfort pack, has the exterior seating, has the toilet, the fridge, the gas stove, chart plotter, TV, holding tank, you name it, this boat has it. So it is very seriously for sale. The owner will listen to offers as well. If you want to have a quote for getting the boat delivered to your home marina, then give us a shout. If you want to come and arrange a viewing to see it, let us know. If you're thinking about buying it remotely, we can explain how we work that process as well. But our objective is to try and make the buying process as enjoyable and easy and straightforward for you as possible. So if you are looking for a really nice Mary Fisher 795, by all means, please do give us a shout. The best way to get in touch is by calling the number at the top of our website, gulfstreamboatsales.com, or you can fill in the callback request form on this page of our site, and I'll contact you at a time that's convenient, or drop me an email to sales@gulfstreamshop.com. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch the video. I hope you like this boat as much as I do. Thanks.